Hey there, Stampers. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Alberta, Canada. And today I'm here to share with you two sweet projects using the Sweetest Cherries bundle from the 2022-23 annual Stampin' Up! Catalog. Now, every month I offer a free gift with purchase, and this month the two cards that I'm creating, so this month I'm filming this for September 2022. This month, the two cards that I'm creating today are the two card kits that you will get, that you have the option of choosing if you purchase $60 or more from me using this month's host code, which I will put in the description below. Or if you'd prefer, you can choose this kit here, which includes 5 cards and envelopes, half a package of some gems, and a yard of petal pink ribbon. So just some supplies that you can get creative with to create some fun projects. All right, so those are the free choices that you have, or the free gifts with purchase with minimum $60 order using the September 2022 host code, which, like I said, I'll post in the description below. All right. So let's go ahead and create these two adorable projects. Okay, so I've got all my supplies here. So we've got a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of Tahitian tied cardstock. We're just going to score that. And I forgot to bring over my adhesive. Let me just grab that. Okay, and then we're going to cut a portion off because I want it to be a little bit shorter in the front and longer in the back. So I'm gonna cut it at 2 3/4. So I'm gonna cut half of that front piece down. Okay, so it'll look like that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this piece and our scallop contour dies, and I'm going to use this die, so the 3rd largest die, and I'm going to cut that from this leftover piece. So I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. This mini machine is so handy. I love having it on my desk. Makes it quick and easy to do some die cutting, and it doesn't take up a ton of space, which is fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna run that through, and then we'll get this out of the way. Okay. Now we're going to do some stamping. So I've got, now this little piece of white is going to go right in the center there, and I've got a scrap piece of white that we're going to stamp the word sweet on, and we're going to use Sweet Sorbet. So I'm using quite a few of the new in colors for this particular project. Now this is a photopolymer stamp set, and because the word sweet is a little bit more on the bold side, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce Match just to make sure I get a nice impression when I stamp this down. Yeah, that'll fit on there. Didn't look like it was going to fit there for a minute. So I'm going to stamp that down. And then I'm going to bring in my inside piece, and I'm going to stamp a couple cherries. So in the same color, we'll do one there, and then this little partial piece, or partial cherry, it's meant so that it looks like there is, like it gives us some dimension. So I got those two, and I'm going to do the same thing on the envelope. So I have a matching envelope. And this one. I always like to have a coordinating envelope. Okay, I think we're done with the Sweet Sorbet. Now we're going to bring in some Memento, and I am going to fussy cut that. Now I've done it so that you don't need to watch me fussy cut. I'm just going to bring in this piece and use this as a guide. I'm going to put that on there like that, and I'm going to take the birthday wishes, stamp it with memento, and my goodness, I've got red all over my hands. Stamp that on there. Look at that. Okay, and the last thing that we need to do for stamping is to just stamp the stems of our cherries. So I've got some early espresso. We'll slide this out of the way. Now this stem is very, very fine. So a light touch is really all you need on your ink pad. And I'm just going to stamp that on there. Same when you go to make your impression, you don't need to push very hard, just a light touch, and you'll end up with a nice crisp image. If you push too hard, you might find that it's a little blurry, or you might end up with a smudge mark kind of around the edges. So a very light touch works best. Okay, so I think we have all of our stamping done. Now we're going to bring in the punch, and we're going to do a little bit of punching. So I've got a piece of red glimmer paper. This is from the July to December mini catalog, and I'm just going to punch a couple cherries. So I want 2 of them. And then we need some green because we're going to stamp a couple leaves. So I'm using Parakeet Party, again, one of our in colors. I want 2 leaves. And then we want a couple stems. So I'm going to bring in some early espresso. Let's see, how can we do this so that we don't waste a ton of cardstock here. Let's just trim this down and we'll fit this in here. Okay. All right, we need our stems. Let's get rid of these little pieces. Let's push them off to the side. And now I think we're ready to start assembling. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to the inside of my card. So just use a little bit of multi-purpose glue around the edges. Pop this on the inside. You'll have about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And then I've got a piece of the In Color DSP. So this is Tahitian Tide. I chose to use the striped pattern, but you could use any of the patterns. So there's a plaid pattern, there's a floral pattern, and there's a polka dot pattern in there. Any one of those patterns would work. And then we're going to adhere this to the center. And then we're going to pop this up using some dimensionals. I decided to use this stamp set this month as my free gift because, or to plan the projects for my free gift, because I had used it a little bit, but not a lot. Oh, not a lot. And it's just such a great stamp set. I love the combination of fonts, like the big sweet and friend and day, and there's just so many combinations. It's just such a great versatile stamp set. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to add this on here, but we don't want to add adhesive all the way across. We only want to add adhesive to this part so that the card will still open. So I'm going to add, I'm going to be generous with my adhesive, kind of on that side, and I'm going to center it, top and bottom, and also side to side. Okay, so that looks great like that, but that is quite a bit of blue or Tahitian tide. So that's why I thought it would be really cute to add in some cherries. So I'll bring back some dimensionals, add a couple to the back of this one. And actually we're gonna put one on flat. Let's use a little bit of multi-purpose glue on this one. We'll put this one going this way, and then this one going that way. I love that little bit of bling. And then we'll use some multi-purpose glue on the back of this. And we'll pop that on there. And then this one, we'll add a little bit of multi-purpose glue. This time I'm just gonna put it just on the base, because remember this cherry is popped up. And I'm gonna rotate it. I don't want it to cover my words. So I'll just pop that in there. And then I've got my two leaves. So this guy will get a little bit of glue here, and we're gonna pop that under there so it's just peeking out. And then this one, a little bit of glue here, and we're gonna pop this kind of in behind here. Love, love, love that little pop of green. Okay, and then if you know me, you know that I love my baker's twine. My baker's twine linen thread, love, love, love them. So I feel like a card is not finished unless it has a little bit of baker's twine. So I've got a tiny little baker's twine bow that I'm gonna add on here, like that. And then the last thing that I'm gonna do to finish it off is just add some of the 2022-24 in color matte decorative dots. And I'm gonna use the Parakeet Party, oops, and my Take Your Pick tool. And we'll just add a few of these on here just for another pop of green. And there we go. There's our first project done. A little bit of a fun fold, sweet birthday card that you can send off to somebody. And then we've got our matching envelope and then our matching inside as well. Super sweet. Okay, so that is card number one. And then the second project is actually a treat holder. So I'm just pulling out the pieces here. In our annual catalog, we have these fabulous little Peekaboo treat bags. These are amazing. I love these. These are food safe, so you can tuck in a treat. It would be fun to find kind of some cherry flavored candies, but you can put anything in here really. My saying is going to say life is sweet. It will have some cherries on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to put cherry flavored things inside. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of stamping on the treat bag itself to begin with. And I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper just to protect my work surface here. And I'm going to use this image. We're going to ink it up with some crumb cake ink, and I'm going to stamp it along this bottom bit. So photopolymer makes it nice and easy to line it up so that you don't stamp on the plastic. Well, there is a little bit of an inset there. And actually, if I had my Stampin' Pierce mat down, yeah, I would end up with a nice, nice impression. I didn't push quite hard enough here, but you know what we can do? Let's try fixing it with our crumb cake. It's not quite the same color, but it's close. It won't be as noticeable. There we go. So I just kind of freehand drew those in there. Okay. Now, next up, we've got our bag here. We're going to use some of this fabulous twine. This is iridescent trim from the July to December mini catalog, and I'm going to wrap it around, kind of have it in these little grooves that are here, and we're going to tie a bow. We'll probably need a little bit more than this here. And I want my bow to sit kind of on the left-hand side. I've got it upside down right now, but it's going to sit on the left when I turn it around. So these bags, they actually come in craft and white. So it's a mixed pack. So my sample actually uses the craft one. So I will show you what it looks like in both colors. I wanted to create one in white as well so that you guys could see the difference. All right, I'll trim this. Okay, and then we're gonna create a fun little tag to go on there. Isn't that fun with just that little bit of sparkle in there? Love it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've taken a piece of Parakeet Party. This is the 6x6 in color DSP, and I've cut it using the deckled rectangle dies. So that is going to be the base of my tag. And then we're gonna do some stamping. I'm gonna stamp the word sweet on here. Now this is cut with the deckled, but I'm not actually going to use it as the deckled. I'm gonna cut it out. I just happened to grab a scrap of white, and we need to clean our sweet stamp because we're gonna stamp that in a different color. This time I'm gonna stamp it in Early Espresso ink. And I'm gonna stamp it. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to put my mat down. I often forget to do that. That's where it makes a world of difference. You can see you don't always end up with a nice even impression with these solid photopolymer stamps because they don't have the cushion that our red rubber stamps have. So that's why it's nice to have. There we go. See, look how perfect that is. All right, we're gonna leave that out because we're gonna stamp some cherries. All right, so our cherries, we're gonna use the sweet sorbet. And we're gonna stamp 2 of them. And then we're gonna stamp some leaves. And this time I'm gonna use some Parakeet Party. I love this green. Okay, we are gonna trim this off. My scissors are here somewhere. I was using them. Here we go. Okay, trim this off so that I can punch those out. And we're gonna stamp our leaves on here. And I need to grab my scrap because I'm gonna stamp off. I want 2 shades of green. So I'm gonna stamp off and then on, stamp off, and I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do this so that I should do this on the other side. There is, if you have the Stamparatus, you can definitely use your Stamparatus and create a template, which maybe I'll show you in a future video, so that you can stamp this and it will punch it out all at once. I'm just being lazy and just doing it this way. Okay, so let's punch these out and then we'll do our stems. Okay, so this one will go this way. See, I was trying to conserve my cardstock so I don't punch out a whole bunch of cardstock. That one worked well. And then, yeah, we can do that. This one as well. And now I have lots of white cardstock still left so that I can punch or stamp my stem and then punch it out. So I need 2 stems. punch those out, and then punch our cherries out, and then I think we have everything we need to finish up our card. So we'll slide that in. And we'll slide this one in. Okay, so we need to keep those out. We've got our leaves. Slide all of this off to the side. Okay, and we need, oh, we have one more thing to stamp. We need to stamp Life Is. And I'm stamping that with Early Espresso. Okay. Now these two I'm going to fussy cut. So I've got those done so that you don't need to watch me fussy cut those. And then we need to stamp our, or punch out our cherries. Punches just make it so quick and easy to create a cute project. Okay. All right, let's assemble our tag. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to, actually we're going to add our cherries first. So we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of these. Let's add this one first. So for the month of September, there is a ton of stuff going on. We've got the Perfect Partners promotion, which Stampin' Up! Has released 6 die sets that coordinate with stamp sets that they have in current catalogs. So whether it's from the annual catalog or the holiday catalog, and you can purchase, if you already own the stamp set, you can purchase the dies alone, or you can purchase them as a bundle if you don't already have them, and save 10%, which is really nice. And that is while supplies last, or until the end of September 2022. So you can check that out. I will link to where you can find more information on that in the description below. And let's put this one a little bit more this way. And then there is also a promotion where there's 3 different bundles. If you purchase any of those bundles, then Stampin' Up! Will include a package of iridescent pearls in your order absolutely free. So the bundles are the Cottage Rose bundle from the annual catalog. I have to check my notes here, make sure I've got them right. The Cottage Wreaths bundle from the holiday catalog, and a brand new bundle called Warm Welcome. That's a brand new bundle, and if you purchase either one of those, then like I said, Stampin' Up! Will send you some iridescent pearls absolutely free. Okay, so this piece is going to get popped up. So we'll just use a couple dimensionals here. And I'm going to kind of weave this stem in here like that. And put my sweet kind of at an angle. Like that, and then we're going to add our Life Is Sweet, or Life Is. Pop that right on the top here. Okay, and now we need to turn this into a tag. So I'm going to use just an 1/8 of an inch handheld circle punch. Punch this out, punch a hole in the center, and use some white baker's twine. I just need maybe about 6 inches. We'll feed it through the hole and we'll bring our bag back. this under here. And then I'm going to pull it so it's not too tight, but a little bit looser. It's nice to have a little bit of extra baker's twine to work with here. We'll trim off the excess. And then just so that the tag sits nicely, I'm going to add just a single dimensional to the back. And pop that on there. And look how cute that is. So like I said, the bags come in both a craft. Oh, we forgot to add our little dots. So for this one, we're going to use some sweet sorbet. And these are ombre dots. So I have one stray dot down here, so let's use this one. So there are a couple different colors here. Oh, that one doesn't have adhesive on the back. Okay, we'll forget that one. There we go. All right. So there we go. We've got a white bag and a craft bag, and then of course our sweet birthday wishes card. So like I said at the beginning, if you place an order with me, I'll link my online shop and the monthly host code. If you place an order with me of $60 or more, I will send you either the supplies to create these two projects, or you can choose the little card kit packages where you get 5 cards and envelopes, half a package of gems, and a little bit of ribbon so that you can get crafty with those. All right, thanks so much for watching. If you are not yet a subscriber to my YouTube channel, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks so much. Take care. See you next time.